Hello, everyone, and good afternoon. Today is Friday, May 16th, 2025, at 13:46, and today we have our Day 2 outlook to look at for tomorrow. Before we get started, I would just like to say that I am currently filling in for Johnny Thunder, EAS, and Weather, as he is currently doing some work with his mom, so he is helping out his mom and his dog or whatever he's up to. So I am filling in for him for today's Day 2 outlook. So anyway, let's get right into it. So tomorrow we have a slight risk encompassing parts of Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, Texas, Oklahoma, and a little bit of Kansas there. We do also have a slight risk up here for parts of Vermont, New Hampshire, just a little bit of Maine here. Oh, nope, New York State. Excuse me, I got my states mixed up. We got parts of New York State, Vermont, and New Hampshire, parts of Connecticut and Massachusetts under a slight risk. Now for the marginal risks, we got this one over here in parts of Idaho, Colorado, Wyoming. So Idaho, Wyoming, and parts of Utah have a marginal risk. We do also have a marginal risk extending from Texas through Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Delaware, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, up into Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, and up into New Hampshire a little bit. Back over through New York State and parts of Tennessee, Arkansas, Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas do have the marginal risk for tomorrow. So, not as busy as today, thank goodness, but still we have risks for tomorrow. So, we have Dallas, Fort Worth, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, and Arlington under a slight, and New York, Philadelphia, Memphis, Charlotte, and Boston under a marginal. So let's go ahead and deep dive and see what we've got for tomorrow. Tomorrow we have a tornado risk for parts of northeastern Texas, and we have the 2% extending from Texas through Louisiana, Arkansas, back through Oklahoma, and just a little bit of Kansas having that part of the 2%. We also have this one up here extending from New York State into Vermont, into a little bit of New Hampshire, Connecticut, and Massachusetts. So we do have that potential tomorrow as well. So we have for tomorrow Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington, Plano, and Garland under the 5%, and Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Shreveport, Little Rock, and Springfield under a 2%. So for the 5%, we could see a brief EF1 tornado possible tomorrow, and for the 2%, we could see brief EF0, maybe an EF1 tornado. So the tornadoes could pretty much are going to be brief, not as strong as today. Going into the damaging wind risk, we've got this 15% for parts of Texas, going into Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, and Kansas, and Oklahoma. We also do have this 15% up here for parts of New York State, Vermont, New Hampshire, Connecticut, and Massachusetts over here. And then for the 5%, we also have parts of Idaho, Wyoming, and Utah under the 5%, as well as parts of Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Delaware, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, New York State, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, up into Vermont, and a little bit of New Hampshire, as well as back into New York State. And then we have parts of Kansas here, Oklahoma, and Texas under the 5% also. So we do have those states under the 5%. So we have Dallas, Fort Worth, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, and Arlington under the 15%, and New York, Philadelphia, Memphis, Charlotte, and Boston under the 5%. So for the 15%, you could see 60 to 75 mile per hour wind gusts, and for the 5%, we could see 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts. So please be mindful that wherever you may be, damaging winds might be possible for you tomorrow. Going into the hail risk for tomorrow, no surprise here. A 15% hatch for parts of Texas, Oklahoma, a little bit of Louisiana, Arkansas, and just a little bit of Kansas here. But as you can see, just a little bit of Kansas, parts of Oklahoma, Missouri, and Arkansas do have the normal 15%. We do also have the normal 15% up here in parts of New York State, Vermont, New Hampshire, Connecticut and Massachusetts under the 15% as well. We do not have a 5% for any of parts of Idaho, Wyoming, or Utah, so no 5% out there, but we do have a 5% out here for parts of Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas, Missouri, Tennessee, Alabama. Whoop, and there's the reset. I did not do that. Let's try this again. We have a 5% for parts of Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas, Missouri, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. So that is that part of the day, 5%, and it extends back west into Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. We have this separate 5% up here. That's for parts of New York State, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and New Hampshire, as well as a little bit of Vermont. So, we do have a significant severe for tomorrow for hail, that being Dallas, Fort Worth, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, and Arlington, under the 15% hatched. And then the 5% would be Philadelphia, Memphis, Baltimore, Boston, and Washington, D.C., under the 5% for hail. I don't think I saw that. Nope, I think that's a mess up. D.C. and Baltimore and parts of Maryland do not have hail threat. I don't know where the heck they came up with that, but okay. I don't know why they decided Baltimore and Washington, D.C. are... No, D.C. and Baltimore do not have a hail threat for tomorrow. There's nothing up here. Anyway, so for the 15% hatched, you could see 1 to 3.5 inch hail. Normal 15%, you could see 1 to 3 inch hail. And 5%, you could see 1 to 2 inch hail possible. So please be mindful that could be a possibility for tomorrow. Going into the summary for tomorrow, it says, severe thunderstorms producing large to very large hail, damaging gusts, and a couple of tornadoes are possible across the southern plains on Saturday. Additional severe storms are possible across the northeast. So anyway, I do really hope that you stay weather aware and stay safe tomorrow. There's tomorrow's hail risk, not including Baltimore or Washington, D.C. There's tomorrow's wind risk. There's tomorrow's tornado risk. And there's tomorrow's day 2 outlook. So I do really hope that you stay weather aware and stay safe. Please make sure you have a way of getting warned, even though it doesn't look as bad as today. Please make sure you have a way of getting warned, and keep an eye on the sky tomorrow. Anyway, stay weather aware, stay safe. We will be going over this day 1 outlook again tomorrow morning when it does become day 1. But anyway, in the meantime, have yourselves a great day, and take care, everybody.